everybody, welcome back to this stupid little waste of time that I call a channel. Today we're going to be watching the next episode of The Wire. This is Season 3, Episode 9... Slapstick? I tried to remember it for no reason. Yeah, okay. Thoughts on the previous two episodes, they'll be back there. I watched those two back to back a few days ago, edited them and got them turned around in a timely manner. And I'm hoping to do the same. Well, no. Let's just go with I'm really looking forward. I need to watch more of the show. I don't want to talk too much about the schedule because, one, a lot of people don't care. Two, they'll watch both shows. Three, if you watch this in the future, you really don't care. After editing those last two episodes, I have a bigger picture, and some comments help fill me in. I have a bigger picture of what's going on. And, I mean, I don't want to dwell too much on the Stringer and Avon stuff because I'm sure it's going to pick up here and move forward, but that was shocking. And as much as I didn't want to see Avon in the position that he was, and am I stupid? Like, has Stringer actually has been running the thing the whole time, and Avon has just kind of not unofficially been the puppet, but is now like maybe going to be a puppet, or you know, the speak piece, the mantle for the. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I don't want it to be that he's been doing shit this whole time, but he's kind of been the business side of things. And Avon was locked up and he was handling shit, so... He's kind of always been calling the shots, maybe? It's like, despite me not liking the fact that he's always licking his lips and his fingers and other people, and that he killed fucking Avon's nephew... Why can't I remember his damn name? I keep thinking of Dated Me from The Walking Dead, and there were some things I caught in editing, like the construction worker or the contractor talking to Bell and saying, "You see that guy? Yeah, 3 years ago he was in such a small office. It didn't click with me right away." That's referring to the 3-year plan, like crawl, walk, run. Like that guy he's been in the pipe, he did his thing, and now 3 years later. Look at him. So it's like Stringer sees that, but still just wants it now. I'm ready to run. They got hooked up with the guy who's the federal connection with the... it said HUD money. Is that housing, urban development? I don't know. And Divine was sent by Avon. Because Avon was like, we gotta go crazier, go backwards to get to Marlowe. Put Divine on him. And then later in the episode, we saw Divine, and then she name-dropped Divine. I was like, oh shit. Then that dude was following them around, and then it turns out that dude works for Omar. So, or not Omar, Marlowe. Oh, they both have an O in their name, and a few times in the edit I would say Omar when I meant Marlowe, and I'd say Marlowe when I meant Omar. Yeah, so all Omar did was stick him up in the beginning of the previous episode. He's been laying low. He turned in the gun to Bunk episode before. But yeah, they did string up those people at the beginning of the previous episode, tying them up and robbing them. But during the episode, I got all fucked up because Divine said going to my grandmother's house. I just got fucked up on the fact that I think in the public files or something, somebody mentioned Omar had a grandmother, and then Divine said my grandmother's place, and then I was thinking, what if fucking Omar and Marlowe are at the same place, and it's Barksdale's woman who's like, you know, but that would no, there'd be no way Divine would be working for Barksdale, but then also be brother or half brother or mystery brother to there I go with the fucking names again. To Omar. I just cleaned the kitty box out and fed them, and now they're shitting again. I don't know. There's been a long intro, 6.5 minutes. I'm sure I'll cut it down, but I'm taking my time with it. I think I only have time for one episode, so there's like no rush to get through it. That being said, let's rush ahead and get to the episode. This is Season 3, Episode 9, Slapstick. Here we go. HBO. Cursed Earth Pizza.
Hello, Cursed Earth Pizza.
Oh,
Pretty loud volume. I'm turning it down low.
What, now? Where are you?
Carcetti's assistant, advisor. Because if he's in Baltimore, he had to drive all the way down to D.C. I say all the way down to D.C., but if you get a call like that, you go. You go. I've driven further for less.
Put my cell phone on this slip of paper. I'll put it on that top shelf. Okay?
Dead ass to sleep.
What'd I just say?
You're going out to see a friend and your number's on the top shelf.
Oh, boy.
Damn, okay.
But ultimately, this was a referendum on the leadership of George W. Bush on the war against terror and the war in Iraq.
You're so full of shit. Nothing mattered in the red states but the economy.
I've been saying that for months.
Hey, I'm not tossing you so quick tonight. I got nothing to do tomorrow.
Well, I'm tossing myself. I gotta get home. Not that this wasn't fun, but it might be nice to have dinner first. Dinner and a movie. It's different for girls like me.
Oh, you need to be cuddled, McNulty.
I'm not a piece of meat, okay? She's like, this silly delusional bastard.
He wrapped himself in the American flag at the convention and never looked back.
Come on, Kate. That's a little harsh, don't you think?
No, I don't. I'm serious. And I think it was great strategy.
I'd have to look closer, and maybe it should be obvious, but it's not to me. If that's legitimate, like C-SPAN or old political footage, or if it's just some staged shit they threw together to film it for this. And I wonder how many other shows do that.
The landings of the first day put nearly 11,000 Marines on the island. Minimal resistance, but the relative.
Interesting intro sequence, I guess. Burn it. I'm getting my Marines crossed up. Like, that was World War II Marines, but then I was thinking about Generation Kill, which there's an actor in this who is also in Generation Kill, and I didn't realize it, but I've since the comment mentioned, went back and like looked at it and go, holy shit. And it's funny because my original thought was, oh yeah, the guy on the truck. And it's like, they were all on trucks, dumbass. But yeah, I recognize him, and he had a better haircut in Generation Kill. While you're waiting for moments that never come, Freeman. My camera's out of focus. Hello? I'm over here.
Yeah, we're getting there. You looking correct.
Sunday morning, I'm on my way to hear the word, you know.
That place you don't want to talk about.
Boiler in there's working and the pipes are okay. I should have it all cleaned out by tomorrow, I think.
All you're gonna need is the permits.
Permits?
Yeah, permits.
Permits and permits. There's... Well, I guess a permit permits you to do it, so...
Shit. If it ain't, we'd only be wasting a bullet.
Yeah, that's
The problem is it being Sunday morning and all, you know?
All this shoot 'em up shit is bad for business. We got cops on half the west side corners.
And what corner they ain't holding, I can't have my people standing on for fear they're going to be mistaken as one of the bar stare people and catch a bullet.
Look, man, I tried to talk to the young buck myself, but...
You tried talking to Avon. Fact is, Stringer, your man needs to reconcile himself to this new way of thinking. Now, you could remind him that, like everyone else in this room, he benefiting from my connect.
Talk, nigga.
Shit, man, I'm trying not to use names. This Gerard, man. Yo, we don't know Omar. He gonna come out the house.
It's church day, Stringer, Sunday morning, you know?
You sure it's him?
Omar, yeah.
All right, do it.
Do it.
Omar and his grandma, that's fucking wild, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
Shielded her. And they're out of bullets soon. Come on, man. I didn't count shots, but I assume 8 per, and they dropped half of them before they were close.
I mean, if they want to keep my little experiment going or they want to go back to business as usual, that's on them. For me, I'm out of here, D. I'm gone. And Hopkins came through. Got a contract off in that security job yesterday.
Damn, bro.
Always plan to.
You started something. You ain't gonna finish it? Well, what happens when you turn your district over to the next man? Or people get wind of this thing, and there's no one to defend it? What then?
I've thought about that in regards to many things in legacy projects and families and companies and ideas and...
Sunday? What the fuck, Lester? Lady's taking the kids to her mother's. What the fuck else am I gonna do? No life, no marriage.
Look at that
no
refresh
kids.
rate. Jesus, it's terrible.
What's with the video?
I'm gonna put it up in one of the windows across from Stringer's print shop.
Hey, you need help?
You're a known face. I figure me and Prez do it on a Sunday. Shop is closed, you know, looking like working men.
Prez, they seen Prez in the streets the first episode or two when he was shooting shots and...
I mean, you think about it. There's maybe, what, 3,000 sworn, right? 100 or so are bosses, so there's not a fucking clue there. A few more hundred is sergeants and lieutenants. Most of them want to be bosses one day, so they're just as fucked. I mean, who is there out there can do what we can do with a case? How many are there, really? There's not many. We're good at this, Lester. In this town, we're as good as it gets.
Natural police.
Fuck yes, natural police.
How exactly do you think it all ends?
What do you mean?
A parade, a golden watch, a shining Jimmy McNulty Day moment.
Fucking rainy day funeral, you know?
The job will not save you, Jimmy. It won't make you whole. It won't fill your ass up.
That whole thing.
Like what? Dollhouse miniatures?
Like what? Ah, throwing shade at him.
Hey, a life.
That makes money.
A life, Jimmy. You know what that is? It's the shit that happens while you're waiting for moments that never come.
I should have looked at the fridge and the pictures on the fridge. I was too busy.
On a Sunday morning, y'all try to hit a nigga when he taking his wrinkled-ass grandmas to pray? And y'all don't hit the nigga neither? No. I'm standing here holding a torn-up church crown of a bona fide cutter lady. Y'all trifling with Avon Barksdale reputation here.
They got the go-ahead. They called it in. You know, I like that mid-level management trying to say what the fuck's wrong with you, but they got the go-ahead from up high.
Y'all should have seen me inside our hospital while they stitching her up, lying about why somebody want to shoot me down the street. That woman think I work in a cafeteria.
Cafeteria?
And for as long as I've been grown, once a month, I've been with her on a church Sunday, telling myself ain't no need to worry because ain't nobody in this city that low down to disrespect a Sunday morning. Y'all know I was gonna walk away, right? Y'all know that, right? I mean, after Tasha,
when?
I was gonna let them people be, yo. Oh, Barksdale got to go. Stringer too. This ain't got to end, man.
Is there anything that Barksdale's people could do? I mean, not that they would reach out to him or apologize, but is there any sort of like, hey, this is a mistake?
Well, I'm out, yo.
Like, would they give him their two guys and say that you do what you want with them? Our bad.
This one about me. Nobody else. I'm with you.
Try to warm up to Omar even more, kiss up to him. No, he's going it alone. Whatever it's gonna be.
When he goes out for cell phones, we're right behind. The faster we get a hold of the new numbers, the faster we're up on those phones. From here on out, we keep a log on any movement by Stringer, and we keep an eye for Mr. Barksdale as well. Try to get a line on where he spends his days.
No.
I like how I was all worried Presbeluski would be spotted, and then they just installed it off camera. Now it's just up there. Oh, permits, right.
A boxing gym for kids and all. An athletic club.
Gyms, reducing salons, public baths are permitted only in property zoned B2, B3, B4, or...
All signed and sealed by a registered architect and engineer.
Floor framing plan, including the load criteria. Hydronic piping and equipment layout.
Oh my god. I know there's a reason for all of that, but...
I'm saying if we're gonna be in a damn car all damn day, it's worth it, Bernard.
Why does he even take her? What is she, companionship? Roadhead? Like, what does she do besides eat food and bitch? My mouth is all weird right now. I don't know what's going on. But let me drink more caffeine. That'll help.
Remember, this is all on tape.
I hear you.
So down there on Vincent Street, they don't even hide the ground stash anymore. You watch and wait, see when they're running low, and ask for 30 or so. Enough so they have to call for a quick re-up.
That's the important thing. We want him to use his burner.
I get to keep the 30.
30 kill you, Bubs.
You get to keep the money we hand you once you come back here with all that product.
I was just asking.
Just tell her.
Yeah, Bubs looks a little cleaner than usual. Like, and then last episode he was like away from his boy, so it's like.
Well, the activation information you're going to want, that stuff's not accessible from the business office until it goes to billing, and that takes a few days, sometimes a week or more. We get to them in the order received, and Currently, the turnaround's 30 days.
30 days? You're selling a phone that you know is effective for drug trafficking.
Lieutenant, our prepaid inventory is there for young people, college students and such. People who can't afford a permanent cell phone plan.
What college student can't afford a cell phone? They can afford the fucking college, they can afford the phone that goes with it.
In 2000, what is this, 2, 3?
How about the state's attorney for Baltimore City calls a press conference on the courthouse steps to declare that Bay Wireless is in league with the most violent drug traffickers in the city, preventing their apprehension and arrest by law enforcement.
It won't hurt their sales. If anything, you know, people will be like, oh shit.
Best we can do.
4 to 5, that's better than 30.
Swear. Frank Reed. Dennis Wise.
Reverend, our man Dennis spent all day down at the Benton building trying for permits.
On the new gym. You use my name? You use anybody's name?
Hell, man, it was a time I used Smith & Wesson. Look, man,
Bang.
I'm just saying.
You gotta know somebody. That's what it is, right? Because he said use my name.
Doreen. Ring Delegate Watkins, please.
$30? Where the fuck your raggedy ass come up with 300 in motherfucking cash, man?
Well, I've been selling these t-shirts for weeks now, you know.
Yeah, that might be too high. $300. I know the idea is a big enough order to need a re-up, but
A bulk purchase justify a discount, right? $250 or so.
$275.
Boss just made another 25.
yeah.
Teresa D'Agostino, please.
Cat, don't step on the keyboard.
I'll call back.
So how's that working?
What?
The lady.
Your new hoe.
Your new hoe.
So far, so good.
Rip. Here's the talking to. Oh shit.
Good. Y'all made it. Yeah. We putting in some work. Come on upstairs so we can talk.
He greeted them and then stared them down.
24 track phones. 2 each from Mount Marts in Catonsville and Sykesville, and 4 from Frederick, and then 8 each from 2 stops over the river in West Virginia.
Who's hungry?
How about Chinese?
Sounds good to me.
You guys call it in and I'll go.
Let me have some of that low man.
Who that? East side niggas. You willing to soldier up for us on retainer.
On retainer. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we gonna be back where we was, Stream. You know, I can smell it. We just gotta get this boy Marlo, and then we spread out like we do.
You're okay that he killed your fucking nephew? Just because he was gonna flip on everyone. You should still be mad at him for fucking doing that, right?
Did you tell them discount ass niggas that they can pop off at Omar Grandma?
Oh, man. Sham come to me in the middle of the meeting talking about they got their sights on Omar. They say nothing about no grandma, no church hat, nothing like that. I hear the cocksucker.
I don't believe you lie.
Sunday morning, the Sunday truth spin around as long as the game itself, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can do some shit and be like, what the fuck? But hey, just never on no Sunday, man. You're gonna be off them corners till we take care of Marlo.
Yeah.
You do the cookie first? What's the difference?
Fucking monster. Serial killer material right there.
A new friend makes himself known.
Ominous.
The way these guys are using disposables nowadays, we cannot get a working wire up in time. They're only half scared of us. But a visit from the feds? We'll have profile enough to push them.
I don't know. If you've got them down to 5 days, you're doing about as well as we can.
Once again, guys, the Bureau's a little busy with counterterrorism. And our U.S. attorney here, he only touches himself at the mention of political corruption.
Ghetto drug stuff just doesn't rate.
Well, we got some of that. I mean, the show does. Maybe not their case yet, but...
That's 5 blocks up and over.
Go.
Okay, their license plate says men. I was wondering in editing why I made a men joke last episode for Family Guy, the jingle. The license plate. Whoa! 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 I don't know. I'm not riding a horse here. I'm not trying to stop a horse, but fucking whoa. What?
I saw the gun as he turned.
It's Derek. Jesus Christ. Who killed Derek?
I was wondering, with Przybylski's gun incident in the past, I was like, oh, he's finally going to be, you know, over... Fuck. And I thought when they sent Przybylski out for Chinese, like, shouldn't they keep him in? Why are they letting him out so much? I really thought that, even after the camera was put up.
Tell the boy he can come in with the co-op. If he takes our package, which, by the way, is better than the best he putting out there now, he'll keep his corners, guaranteed.
He might listen, but the boy got ideas, and he's thinking Avon weak right now.
You ever know Avon Barksdale to back down from anything?
That makes you predictable. That makes you able to be manipulated.
The fact is, there's a racial component to consider. The appearance of
Has
it...
he seen a lawyer?
Yeah, and he's married to the daughter of fucking asshole.
Situation where you can't compel a statement out of him until you read him his rights, and we haven't done that yet, so...
I'm his commanding officer. I just want to know if he's all right.
Haven't read him his rights yet. He just came in and it's just fucking sitting there, man.
It's a legal question at this point.
He's been making jokes the last few episodes and being all giddy and productive and...
You should call the union, Roland. Talk to a lawyer before you say anything further. I'm not saying anyone's gonna charge anything criminally. You need to be careful because of the racial thing. You see that, right? There's gonna be people in the department who see this that way.
Which is unfortunate. It's not that you killed a cop, it's that you killed a black cop. Like, that makes it worse. That's fucked. It should be equally bad.
I didn't give a shit he was black.
Yeah.
Whatever. He turned and I saw the gun. That's all.
Get a lawyer, Roland.
No, sir. I'm done. Tell Lester I'm sorry.
There's still like 20 minutes left in the episode.
Call the union. He wants a lawyer in there with him.
That's weird because that's the best thing for him.
He's done here.
But it's against his
We need to
wishes.
send someone home with him. For tonight, at least, he's a suicide.
Absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely.
If this thing should turn into some kind of a black-white thing, you're his unit commander. He can count on you, right?
You petty motherfucker. Does he feel like if he would have stayed in the car, maybe?
Motherfucker flaked out. Shot up his own radio car. They were going to charge him with false report until Valchek weighed in.
Wasn't Kima his partner when Kima got shot? And now it feels like a curse being McNulty's partner. That's it.
Calls his girlfriend, his grandmother. Numbers we pulled off the burners. We see that, we know it's his fault. Then we gotta tap up and pray like hell he doesn't throw it away anytime soon.
Prez would love this.
Are you a pug?
The lieutenant's wife.
Well,
Holy
Reverend
shit.
Reed seems to think you'd be quite a draw for some of these corner kids that we got. You're looking to put your gym in the 4th district. So your council person would be Unetta Perkins. Do you know Miss Perkins? Since we can't really rely on Miss Perkins, Miss Daniels here will go with you. She's here because constituent service is the life of a city council person.
If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Watkins, why are you doing this?
Do you know who Reverend Reed is? Well, the voters in my district do.
Always doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, you know?
When I say this is fucked up.
I'll give you $250,000 to have him tell me my paperwork is insufficient enough to certify me as a developer in the impoundment zone. Yeah, you could call it fucked up.
It ain't like no drug deal, Strang. Hell, man, you don't put your money on the street and have it come right back. It don't work like that.
Oh, it don't, huh?
Sometimes with the bureaucracy, the one hand don't know what the other is all about.
Yeah, well, you know what I see? I see one hand in my pocket, while the other hand seemed to have grabbed your dick.
Hey!
Sandy, baby!
Welcome to the Western, guys. That thing with Presbolewski. Jesus Christ. Jimmy, I love this fucking gig. The best thing Rawls ever did for me was to knock me back to a district. No stress, no struggle. I work 8-hour shifts. I take nothing home with me. Really, I couldn't be happier. All those years knocking my head against the wall on homicide, and for what?
See you then.
And Kima.
You in?
What do you think?
Nice colors. You got a platform?
Schools. Thought I'd be the education mayor.
Elect Littlefinger. Lord Baelish.
You know, feel him out on an issue or two. Going that way, it's more subtle, you know? You gotta charm the guy first. Talk to him about the issues, and then down the road, see if he's willing to throw sunshine on your ass.
I like that. We should do that.
We?
I was thinking, maybe you would ticket your white ass up with me. I mean, me at the top of the ticket, an emerging black leader. Handsome, well-spoken. You, the great white hope. The new voice of civic reform. We give Royce a run, man.
And what makes you think I'm interested in council president?
What the hell else you got going?
Higher aspirations. He's shooting higher, man.
Think about it.
What did his assistant say? Like, if you want to be mayor, senator, governor.
Look at them like roaches when you turn the lights on. What's it look like?
Head and torso. You got 2 casings overhead.
Hold the call.
So much for the no violence in Amsterdam theory, huh?
Are they gonna move the body and say we found it?
Move the body.
Bro!
Just up the block, just out of the free zone.
Bro!
You lost your fucking mind?
Before the ambo gets here to pronounce him, we can do it.
This would blow open everything if they get...
No way, man. No way.
Why give commentary when you can just look uncomfortable and grunt?
Fuck those stripes.
Hey, Toke, Gil, help me move this guy to Amsterdam. I'll be first officer at the scene. It's my responsibility.
Make sure that you call him.
I will. Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he looked like pretty fucking stoked. Did anyone see them move this body, though? Like, broad daylight?
Have 71011 me on Vincent Street below Fayette.
Hey, you say you work with this guy? 3 shots, no warnings. You scared of black people or something?
Shit's gone too far, man.
Hey, you telling me?
No warnings is the thing. It's not the white-black dynamic, not the cop-cop dynamic. It's if there was no warning presented, then it's just up to everyone's interpretation. Now, if dude's calling the Sun, Herc.
Yeah, the number for the reporters, the newsroom.
So you ain't gonna say nothing on it?
What is there to say?
Avon, this is blood. And I'm telling you that someone may have done this to us, Avon. To our family.
The cop's just saying that shit.
To mess with your head.
Exactly.
Why?
And he knows. And he you know he's sitting in the room with the guy who did it. Fuck.
That cop said it was someone who didn't want you to know. And so they made it look like it did.
Nobody did.
You hurt one of my nephews or nieces. Like, me surviving, it would just be a fucking, like, silver lining. Like, I'm going in there for violence. So for Avon to just sit here and take it.
D did not roll on us. He came to the edge, but he turned around and walked away. And I know he was willing to do what he had to for his family.
This rock in the frame, towering over them, between them.
If something happened...
The fuck are you even thinking? That I had something to do with it? I could do that to my own kin? I ain't had shit to do with it.
To do with it.
To do with what?
Yeah. Fucking... Oops.
To do with what?
Oops.
Whatever happened.
Is he pacing and smoking a cigarette? Is he nervous because he, like, doesn't know if this will pass the sniff test?
We found a blood trail going back up the block.
So maybe
he got shot.
Smeared with drag marks.
You.
And they also found a third casing at the other end. The deal is we turn this into a dunker by tomorrow morning, or he starts typing a report for ISC and the deputy ops.
Fuck me.
No, fuck me.
This echoes the conversation earlier. What are you going to do? The troops are going to need support.
You didn't move that body, Sergeant. I moved the body. But the responsibility's mine.
This dude.
So we're looking for help from the State House. If the city could get a couple $100,000, we could afford an overtime detail to protect these folks. I know this is an easier sell with the mayor involved, but...
Could you convince him?
Clarence? He barely listens anymore.
Jesus, tell me about it. I mean, I've been a councilman for 3 years now. That's a long fucking time to be ignored.
My people kept their promises. They did what they said, and they was good as their word. Y'all ain't keep up your end of it.
Wasn't my people.
Come tomorrow. If I don't have a shooter in bracelets, this whole Amsterdam affair is over. It's finished.
Give me a fall guy. Find whoever did it.
Y'all every way we can. But all that gonna be gone tomorrow. Unless y'all bring me my shooter.
You think that'll work?
It's the best you can do.
Do you?
That's good food. How'd you know about this place?
I was wondering why they were sitting next to each other instead of across from each other. It's the blocking of the shot, so the camera can just... If you wanted to do over the shoulders or back and forth camera setups with all those people, all that shit, too much.
Where'd you go to college?
Loyola. Only 1 year. My girlfriend got pregnant, so...
Married her, and that's... what?
So, like a campaign manager?
More of a strategist, really. Not so much the day-to-day stuff, but the strategy of how a candidate can win. A consultant.
You strategizing for anyone in Baltimore?
I shouldn't say. I mean, he hasn't officially announced anything yet.
The only way any of these guys is even going to find West Baltimore is if, I don't know, Air Force One crash lands into Monroe Street on its way back to Andrews. Just never connects.
I think they're better compatible in bed than at conversation.
The man Colvin say he want the boy locked up, or the free zone shuts down tomorrow. All she wrote for Amsterdam.
Colvin?
From the Western.
Sham, who is this kid, man?
Some young boy from Tucky's crew.
You connected? Ken to anybody?
Nah, he only been on for a couple of months or so.
What do you use a whistle for?
Some nigga in one of Ghost Can crews laughed at his shoes.
You don't need people that sensitive around anyway, you know?
Do it.
Yeah, get him out.
I'll be howling that.
Is he just getting some stuff, maybe?
To turn myself in.
For what?
I shot a boy.
Oh, yeah?
Dude making sure he went through it. Really? Didn't go in after dinner? I don't know why this shot has me worried. No, we're in DC, okay. Still. Wants to say goodbye to the place, get some stuff before he leaves. Don't end the episode on us not knowing what he's does or... Okay, that was the episode. Let's get to the outro. Season 3, Episode 9, Slapstick. Responding to an officer's call for help, McNulty and Prez turned down the wrong alley with unanticipated results. That's for damn sure. Tough break, man. Tough break all around. Prez, again with a gun, fucking up again. A big time fuck up. I mean, they said they didn't read him his rights yet. He didn't want a lawyer, but then Lieutenant ordered or said he wanted one. So it's like someone's gonna charge him with something, manslaughter. They're not just gonna be like, well, workplace mishaps, whoops, a week of administrative leave and then you're back to work. It's like this is a big fucking to do. The free zone and that guy turning himself in to preserve it. Was it actually him, or did they just shit a fall guy? It sounded like they knew who did it, because wasn't Stringer asking, does he know anyone? Does he have any connections? Blah, 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 so... Yeah, because he said he laughed at his shoes. So it's not like they just pushed some guy into falling for it. They made the guy turn himself in. It was good to see Dennis... I don't want to say... It wasn't good to see him flustered and fucking messed up off all that stuff, but it was good to see him have a connection to kind of cut through all the red tape and the bullshit. But then that was also like lieutenant's wife was there, and the councilman, and then the councilman was talking to, was it Stringer or Carcetti? It's just like everyone, all these connections and the layers and layers built on top of each other is wild to me. Omar had a brief, I believe it was, scene in this episode talking about the one guy was like, it's gonna be me and you, and then he said no, it's me, it's about him, so he's gonna go off and do his own I don't know what. Speaking of Omar, I also forgot to mention, it wasn't just his next, what's he gonna do next kind of conversation. It's because they made a fucking attempt on him and his, well, they didn't make an attempt on his grandmother, but sort of. Like, they fucking tried to kill him with his grandmother. And that's why he's, like, going off on his own. That's important to mention. I like Omar as just, like, an outside, chaotic, neutral, kind of self-faction. Like, Marlowe has a big thing. Avon and Stringer have a big thing. Just a free agent. So he can, like, bounce around and, Robin Hood or I shouldn't give him that distinction. He could just, because he's a small operation, it gives him some flexibility and some mobility to just insert himself or to be into different situations. And I'm just waiting for some throwdown or some shootout to be going on, and then have Omar come out of the shadows. It's like, uh-oh, player 3 has joined the party. I'm waiting for that to happen now. Alright, that was a lot of fun, but I think that's going to do it for me for now. I don't think I have time to get the next episode recorded because the bird will be up soon, so that sucks. But what was this, number 9? We're looking at 3 more to go, right? Yeah, 10, 11, 12. Almost there. But that's it for now. Thanks again for being here, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks again, and goodbye.